Hey guys, I'm back again after messing with the UI and stuff last time. I decided to tidy up some of the more long-standing issues. But first and foremost, I did manage to get the HUD issues I had last time working properly. Oh, we're already here. For some reason, I don't know why. I think I was just overthinking the whole clamp method for making sure that it stays within inside the realms of the screen. Um, but I basically simplified it. I kind of did it from scratch. Realized I didn't need to be as um, extreme with it, I suppose. I didn't need the method that does it like this. I may still use this to achieve what it's using here at the moment anyway, but for now it works as it does. Um, so just to recap, last time we worked on making objective and enemy indicators. I have Wait, did we do the objective? No, I've done the objective indicators since then. So what we've got now is indicators for sorry, indicators for the enemy. Um, so you get their little health bar, and that only appears if there's an enemy on your screen. And then you get the objective indicators when you're too far away from them, and they appear around the side of the screen, and their color changes to um, represent what team owns them, basically. So you can, at a glance, look around your screen and go, "Oh, there's an objective in this direction." So I'll just demonstrate this. Oh yeah, I also added kills and deaths, which I'll come on to later. But as you can see, so we've got an objective that's just been taken by the enemy team here. We've got a green one over here. We've got a yellow one there, a yellow one there. And it seems to work pretty well. So if I go from this one, try not to die, to this enemy one over here. Oh, I got shot. Okay, hang on. So there's an enemy one over here, and you can see we're flying towards it, and then as soon as we get in range, there it is. So it works really nicely, and the enemy indicators go away as they go off screen and stuff, and we can still see, like, there's no indicator for the objective we can see, but there's one for the one in the corner. So yeah. So that's what the UI is like at the moment, as well as this kill to death ratio thing. Because I just wanted to start working on implementing a basic scoreboard system, so you can see your kills and deaths and things like that. Because you can outperform the bots pretty easily. But you may notice we've also added some other features in with the AI. Which I will go over now. So if I can, yeah, right. So you see this bot, I'm going to chase it. There it is. So what I've done is, actually I'll just stop the game. So I've implemented the two missing states for the AI. We've got the, let me just do this real quick. Okay, so we've now got the returning to base and the evading damage. So if I just expand these properly. So what we do, and I think I need to be in the tick as well. So let me just expand this out. Right, so these are two, what I guess you'd call like interrupt states. So it's not necessarily one state transitioning into another based on its own um, logic. It's a state that occurs at any given time and can override other previously given states. So, as an example, um, we've got this method on the drones now, which is healthy, which determines whether or not the drone has lost sufficient health that it may need to go and heal. And if that's the case, we change our state to returning to base. Otherwise, if we're not already in evading damage or returning to base, and we don't have any shields, we start doing the evading damage action basically. So in the evading damage, it's the same premise as it was before. We check whether or not we still don't have shields and something's trying to kill us. And then as long as we aren't already moving, so we don't perform this action many times, we get a random point around us within 1500 distance, whatever that actually equates to, which really doesn't seem to be very much. I think 1500 if we're from this drone is about like over here or something. I mean, it would be a reasonable ring, but if it picks a location here and here and here and there, it doesn't really achieve much. So I might change that later on. But we can change it whenever. So yeah, we get a random location, then we check whether or not we're too close to the thing that we're attacking. This might be a bit iffy. I'll probably rework this to make a bit more sense later, but it works is the point. They lose their shields and they start moving around randomly on the screen, making it slightly more irritating for you to be able to shoot them. And then if they ever get their shields back and there's a valid target, and there isn't a valid target, they just go back to whatever they were doing before. So this will only occur if you lose your shields, but you kill the enemy before your health gets too bad. But then we get into the if your health gets too bad situation, which is this up here. So the returning to base is pretty straightforward. If we're unhealthy, we move towards the respawn, the nearest respawn point, and that's it. that's the entire logic for that. Pretty much. We still try and like shoot enemies that are nearby. I've condensed the sort of shoot and check for nearby enemies into a single method, because all of the defending objective was doing the same thing, and so was the capturing as well, and they were all performing the same functionality, so it seemed reasonable to put them all in one method basically. So there's that. So they'll fly back to the nearest respawn point, and attack anything that they come across in the same fashion they would if they were moving to or defending an objective. And then I made the respawn point have the similar premise to the objective. So they now have a box component, which if I go into here, respawn point. There we go. So they have this box, and in the same way that the objectives work, they bind to the overlap event of that box. And in this case, we don't do anything in the end overlap yet. I'm not sure whether we need to or not. But what we are doing is checking if it's a drone, check if the drone is not healthy, and then if it's not, we fully heal them. So this basically means our respawn points are like full restore sort of save zones for the bots. And it's as simple as that. Basically, it's so that's the AI. I made them evasion pattern thing be a bit better. I then implemented the fact that they'll try and return to base when they're low health, and made the respawn points heal them when they get close. And that goes to the player as well, of course. So if I get shot to bits and don't die, I believe my respawn points up here, and you'll see, there we go. I've just gained all my health and shields back, and you can see that one do it as well. In fact, if we wait here, we'll probably see another couple of bots low health. Wait, that's rude. There you go, another teammate, and they're fully healed, and they go about their day. So yeah, the bots are fully sort of defensive orientated. So you can see as soon as its health went red, it tried to run away. So we can see now, oh, it died in the process. But these are our teammates. That one's running. These ones are going back to base. And, you know, with enough overwhelming force, the bots just get annihilated, right? They can be killed as they're running away like that. And, like, I've taken some damage, so I can go back over here. Simple as that, right? Standard sort of safe zone-y type stuff. And of course, as a player, you can kind of exploit that and whatnot. I'm wondering who's got a high kill to death ratio now. Oh wow, this bot, 2 to 8, poor thing. Quite cool being able to see that. So we've got a 7 to 4, 2 to 6. So yeah, just to cover that, because again, that was pretty straightforward to do. I added 2 properties to the drones. I added a deaths, an integer for deaths and an integer for kills. And all we do is whenever we receive damage, if we would ever die to the damage, which runs this code, we increment our deaths and increment the attacker's kills. So it's all managed from the person who gets killed. And we might implement assists as well at some point, and put on a lot more sort of stat tracking like they would have in other games and things. You track damage dealt and you know, times shields regen to full and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's the main things I've done around that. I've also finally got round to adding making a map of team to their color. So now when there are more teams added to the game, I can just add new ones to this list and give them a different color. So for instance, if there was a team 3, in fact, let's put this to the test because I'm very curious. Let's make it, I don't know, what's another color there's blue, we can't use red. Let's stop it, hang on. It really surprises me when IntelliSense just decides to give up. Okay, well, it looks like we're Googling it. I'm surprised. Where are the defaults? Operator, backbone. Let's go. Oh, emerald sounds nice, but we've already got a green, so silver. All right, let's go with silver. Sounds fun. I don't know how well that will come out, but it will be basically grey. So we've added another team color, which gets handled in exactly the same way as the colors were before. It's just now, so now it finds the team color, checks that it hasn't already set the color to that color, and then sets the color, basically, isn't it? So now if we go into the game, I do believe that's the only location where teams were specifically one or the other. I believe it shouldn't care what the team number is anymore. My thoughts here is trying. Let's see if we can have multiple teams running at the same time, because I can't think that we've got oh, what did that actually do? Who knows? Okay. So these should all be team 3. There's a team 2. Let's get rid of 3 from each team, because it's getting a bit excessive anyway. That looks about right. Let's see what happens. Okay, a lot more enemies. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see what happened here. Ah, I haven't set a respawn point. Okay, that's fair enough. I wish I could continue without the game running. Damn it, because I think I'm gonna have to reproduce all of that. That's a fair point if it can't find a respawn point. But in theory, I shouldn't have designed the level and forgot about that, so that's kind of my bad. That should never be the case, because I shouldn't have to check for it being null. That would be silly. So let me just quickly go and redo that. Oh no, it remembered all of this. Okay. Respawn point team 3. And then this one's going in this corner. If we hit play, let's eject real quick. Oh, looks like we've got a silver one going over there. I think that's a silver run enemy. Nope, okay. And let me get back into it. We can see the objective markers changing. There's one. And there's another. So if I fly down, yeah, see, it's silver. Awesome. I picked the wrong neighborhood. Wonderful. And now we have 3 teams fighting. And it's as simple as that. You know, we've got another silver claim, another one over here. And we're all fighting for different objectives. Oof, this bot not having a good day. You are you. Get wrecked. Oh shit. I spoke too soon. I nearly got my ass handed to me there. Um. Oh, yep. There we go. That's my spawn point. Good. Wonderful. I'm so glad that it was as straightforward as that to make it work like that. Uh, fighting around their spawn. I will, so something else I plan to do is, I want to make the respawn points and objectives randomly generated as well, but with like fixed distances between them. So I'll make a level with a standard size, and then I don't know if anyone's ever played any like wargaming type stuff, but you have like a deployment zone from each side of the map, and it will pick from a like a thin channel area. So you'll have like, if this is the map, you would end up with like an area here, and there would be like a spawn point potentially there or something, and then the objectives would be like an inner area here, and you get one randomly there, that kind of thing, but on a lot larger scale. So I think this map is about 30% smaller than it probably needs to be. Because you can kind of get to any objective, like your spawn point currently is like here, and there's an objective there, which some games have it like that, and it's not a bad idea. And the bots don't favor the closest ones. Yeah. I thought my phone was just going off. Sorry. But that's the general idea. So I'll set up corridors, and make them generate. I'll make some kind of level generation that determines like an actor you put in, that then determines it makes the respawn points, then it makes the objectives, and then it spawns in all the asteroid fields and stuff, so it's a bit more controlled. They're kind of all happening at the same time, and it doesn't quite work like that. So I could make a singular actor that then spawns the other actors that then perform their functionality in order. And that's the plan. So yeah. Oh, and then of course afterwards it will like make the respawn points, spawn the ads. I won't just make the AI physically planted in the game. I'll make it so that the respawn point has some properties that are like bots to spawn, and then it still has like the team and stuff. And then when you hit play, it essentially performs the respawn, but spawning them in to start with. And then the same for like players, and then when players join the lobby they get a team, and then when they hit play or whatever, it will find their respawn point and do the same thing that it does for the bots, but just for the players instead. It gives them a player controller or keeps them with their player controller rather than AI. Oh, there we go. I did mess around with an is it autographic? I can't remember. Or for something camera style, which makes the game look quite nice, but it makes the star background a bit too in your face, and you can't tell the particles aside from the stars in the background. So it didn't really help very much. But yeah, it's going to be quite a short one because I've made a lot of quality of life changes more than anything. And the game's actually coming along really quickly. And the code's been really straightforward. I've not like not changed much since the last time I did this. I've just added a couple of extra bits of functionality. Like literally the respawn point stuff is what it didn't have these, that and that, and then the objective didn't have I mean, it's been, I've actually reduced the code down here, and then it's just, I've gone way past it. Am I blind? I keep doing that. Oh, I'm in objective, not A. I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah, the objective is just the color, and then the AI is like a couple of lines for that, a couple of lines for this. So it's been pretty good. And as always, I've updated the code so anyone can have a look through. And I'll put some comments like I have with everything else to explain what it all does again. Yes, and the last thing, I finally moved the blueprint version of the asteroid field into C++. So this is exactly the same code that was in the blueprint version of the asteroid field, but it's now doing everything in C++. And it's barely 100 lines in total, and it doesn't even use most of this. And yeah, it's all the same same functionality. We've got the map of static mesh to how many to spawn, and then it iterates over the meshes, tries to spawn them, gets the a random spawn location in the same way. You know, loops through, tries many times, and then returns 0, and if it finds one, it sets the scale and blah blah blah. So yeah, that's what this has been doing. Yeah, so it's been going very, very smoothly. And next I plan on doing some weapons and stuff. So yeah, I'll once I get some variation in the weapons, I'll do another update for this, and perhaps alongside a scoreboard so you can see kills and deaths, all that kind of stuff. That would be really useful, I think. Possibly. Not that it really matters. And then we also need some UI that and something for the objectives to contribute towards. Like an objective manager class that gets that calculates score per team. I'll keep it really basic. It will just be like 1 point per tick per objective, and then eventually I'll make it you need like majority objectives to get score a tool or something, or fiddle around with it, come up with some different ideas for it possibly. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, thanks again. Yeah, has managed to keep this under half an hour now, and hopefully going forwards all of them should be a lot shorter but more progress, because I don't have to faff around with AI logic anymore. So yeah, I'll hopefully keep this going, and see you guys around.